Hello again, it's Elizabeth and I'm over here in my art loft. Today I'm making something I call a page topper. What's a page topper? Well, a page topper is a little embellishment that you can make for your journals, your art journals or your junk journals, and it slides on top of your page like this. So it just sits on top of your page, and yes, it'll stick out of the top of your journal. But it's simply a couple of shaped pieces, cardstock, that has, and let me make that a little bit, oops, a little closer, a little further away so that you can see it a little better maybe, and I don't get out of frame so easily. Maybe not that far. There. Okay, so a page topper just simply sits on the top of your page. So it's two pieces of cardstock, which I've held together with a piece of tape at the top. In this case, it was painted cardstock, and I put a gold kind of frame around it, wrote the words Fly Free, and on the back wrote Fly High. The butterflies are die cut with Tim Holtz. Oh no, it's Sizzix. I don't know if it's a Tim Holtz or not, but it's from Sizzix. On the packaging it says, and it's there are like 4 different butterflies, 2 with the solid and then 2 that have holes in them. I don't have an example of that around here right now. On another one of these page toppers, I made it with a whole different thing. I made a circle, 2 circles that are back to back, held together with tape at the top, and in this case I punched extra holes so that I could thread a ribbon through there and tie it. On the back I have a key. The 2 circles were made from die cuts from gel prints that didn't work out so well. So that's what they were. But I like the gel print in this form. I cut out, of course, the most beautiful part of it. It says Find Your Voice, and those are just little pieces of other gel prints that I printed on. This is a piece of Indian handmade paper, 2-sided. It's kind of a beige on the back and a rusty brown on the front. This is a die-cut leaf just out of some kind of cardstock, and then I glued on one of these kind of ribbons that I actually twisted and glued into being a stem for it. Then I tied the stem onto the ribbon. See how that's tied onto the ribbon? Okay, so I thought I'd show you how to make one of these. First, I start with a piece of painted or gel printed paper. In this case, I have a piece of painted paper, and the paper is called Stonehenge, and it's actually used for printmaking things. And I have a 2.5-inch hole punch here. This one's by Marvy. And to find out, make sure that everything's in the punch, I simply look at it from the bottom. I've taken the little guard thing that's on it off, and you can easily put that on, take that off, and put that back on. Now, some of these hole punches don't really want to punch something quite this thick, but this one did because I sharpened it. You know how to sharpen your hole punches? You use a piece of aluminum foil and just cut a few times through that aluminum foil, and that somehow sharpens the mechanism in there. I also used wax paper to make it glide better, because sometimes they get little, I don't know, goo stuck in there or something, and it won't glide as easily. Now you can use this as a frame in your journal, but I'll just put that aside for now. So I take these and I feel of them, and I find out where the grain is. Now the grain of the paper is going to be the harder way to bend it. So you see it doesn't bend easily that way, but it bends pretty easily that way. So the grain of the paper in this case is going vertically. Well, vertically there. And this one, yep, same thing. So I'm going to put my tape across the top here, and then tape it to that one. And we'll have the beginning of our little embellishment called a page topper. So what I do is I use this Sookwang score tape, which is, of course, sticky on both sides. And I just grab that up like that. And I use my scissors to trim that out. And you don't have to waste that excess tape. You can use that for something else that you're taping. Like if you were gluing a butterfly body to this. Come on, you. Let go of my scissors. Should use my what is it, Teflon scissors that have the Teflon blades so that they don't stick to the tape. But they're not over here, so these will have to do. Okay, so we just cut that around, trying to be as close as we can to that, because if you don't get close to it, and don't you get stuck there, you. If you don't get close to it, then when you ink it, you'll see that. In this case, I'm going to use my blue ink. It is from Ranger, and it is the distress ink called Broken China. Just get a little, and my dauber is a little different than some people's daubers because I use my scissors and I just trim it like this around the edge so that it doesn't have quite as much of a 90-degree edge that would make circles on your paper more. So I feel like that gives me a little bit of advantage and makes it a little easier to ink without getting the so that it looks like you, and I just did it there, didn't I? We'll just make that a little more hazy there. Since this has a purple and blue kind of theme, and to me it looks kind of like a sunset or sunrise, we'll just give it a little bit of extra blue in the middle of it. There's already blue here. This is actually paint on paper. And we'll make that a little evener, more even around the edge there too. Come back here. You ever have things fly out of your hands? Well, here we go. Okay, so this one, I think that stark white is a little white, so we'll just give that a whole nice coating and make sure we get all the edges so that we don't have any white edges on that when we're looking at it on our page. Give that a little bit of blue there. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so close that up, set that aside. And now to put these together. We know that this is the top. We want this to be the top. So we kind of hold our fingers there. And this is where the tape is. So if you look where the tape is and where the top is, we're going to kind of just slide that up and kind of then hold it at the bottom here. These circles are should be exactly the same size. Hold it at the bottom and then reach in there, which is not so easy sometimes, and grab that tape liner, pull that out, and make sure our circles stay together again. Feel, feel, feel. And then press that down really well. And there you have your page topper. So if you have your page and you want to see how it works, just slip our page up under there. And it looks like we've got our horizon line a little crooked. So if we wanted to do that again, we could just kind of sit it like that. But looks good on this side. Okay, so if we don't like the way it worked, I say let's take it apart and try it again. And you see what my tape did is it took part of my paper with it. Can you see that? Where it's kind of, see, it's got the paper here. Okay, so we didn't get this lined up where we wanted it. And in this case, since I'm gluing paper to paper, I can use something other than the tape to glue that. And I'll use this weird clear tacky gel. Just spread it a little bit with my fingers. I already got some gold on my finger. And we'll make sure our horizon line stays horizontal, because that's what horizon is supposed to do. And then we tape it, glue it in this case. We'll have to wait a few seconds for that glue to set up. Get rid of this. Put my lid on my glue. Put you over to the side. Okay, let's see if we got that right this time. There we go. Beautiful horizon. And on this side, now how did it get crooked on that side? Oh. You know what? This is making me mad. I'm going to fix this, and it's going to work like I want it. Just shows you if it doesn't work like you want it, you just start right on over. So we're going to help it along with using our pencil to mark where this is. And to mark where this is, you see I'm marking just opposite of that line there. See how that is? Now I've got me a line here that says that's where I'm supposed to go. And to do the same on this one, where that is, and where that is. Can't do this too many times though, that's gotten a little thin there. Okay, so let's try our tape again. This time it's going to behave. You'll never see that pencil line anyway, because that's going to be in between the two pieces when you're using it, so you'll never see that. You might remember that it's in there, and of course you might even forget. And no one will know. Move off my paper first. Oh, come on, you silly thing. Can't stick there. I won't let you. Okay, cut this one too. Side. Take this loose. Come on. Try the other end. Aha. There we go. And then we want this to go straight across, straight across. Okay, I think we have it. Push that together. And we'll try it out one more time. We also might need to re-ink the edge of that because it might have gotten a little frayed. And there we have our page topper. Perfectly done on each side. So I have a few more of these butterflies here. And let's say I wanted to put a butterfly on there. Okay, do we need to ink that a little more? Okay, let's give it a little more. Oh, that's the brown ink. Well, we'll go around there once with that. I had two of them here. One for the brown and one for the blue. Just shows you should look at your ink dauber before you use it. But that doesn't look too bad because it gives us a little extra outline instead of just being the blue of the sky edges. Sometimes I use 2 or 3 colors on my edge if it doesn't come out just exactly the color I want. I like that. Okay, we'll let that sit. And we'll see what kind of embellishments we want. Oh, let's say that we want a ribbon in this. In this case, I use one of these. It's one of these little blocks. It's a metal block. It was from Memory Makers, and it came with one of these, which is a punch. And you simply put your thing on here, and I lined it up with the 1 inch. See the 1 inch going across there? So then if I go like this, where's my hammer? Here we go. And give it a good whack, a couple of good whacks. Let's do it a little further down here like that. Okay, 1, and then if I do this, then it should be evenly spaced on my 1 and my 2. And to get these little punch holes out of here, if you leave them in there, it makes it harder to punch. I've taken some skewers. This one's actually a chopstick, I think. Maybe it's a skewer. This one's the one I need, though, because this one doesn't fit. Well, the one end does, but it won't push it out. See, this fits perfectly in there. Used to fit perfectly in there. Why is it not? And you just push that really hard, and the little things pop right out. Toss that in the trash. Yes, I know some of you would save that to use on something to make dots, but you know I can make more dots anytime I want. So put that to the side, and our little heavy block. Now we can make holes in there. I like to try to ink the inside of the holes. I know it's weird, but sometimes you can take this on your pencil like this, and you can go into it like this. You see how that's gotten the ink in there? Go into it from the other side as well. This side will be a little raised because it was punched down into the board, so you can actually fix that as well. And you fix that with the end of your X-Acto knife or with your bone folder, either one. But you can just press that back down in there, and then you don't have those things raised as much. Now I did bring over the red brown. I was going to make another rusty colored one of these, but since I did the blue, and I'll have to go get my blue ribbon, because I don't want to use that ribbon. Let me close up my ink dauber. This one should work. Got a little pin in it. It's kind of those colors, or at least parts of it is. So what I would do here is I would take this and I'd look at it and see which parts I want to use. And I might just decide to use this right from here, maybe all the way to here. Because if I do this, then I can take one side of it and say, okay, we're going to have a little green on that side. I'll have it on this side because it's got more other colors. Oops, sorry, I did get out of frame. To get this to go through the hole, you just kind of pinch it, push it through, grab it from the other side. There you go. Come here, you. Pinch it, or sometimes the little end will go through, okay? Go in there. Yes. Success, yay! There you have it. Just tie that. Can double, yeah, usually double knot mine because I don't want it to be moving on me when I don't want it to be moving. Come back here, you. And there we have it. How's that look? And let's say we want a butterfly on this side. Well, we can have a butterfly. There's a butterfly. Maybe it's kind of big. No, I kind of like that. Now it's going to stick out over the top. So if it sticks out over the top, then all you have to do is to use your other butterfly, which I have another one. I'm going to glue this on. Oops, out of frame again. Using this weird glue again. I just spread it around with my fingers. Off onto the newsprint. Move my ribbon out of the way. Let the edge fall off the top. And I think I inked these previously. Yeah, that looks like it's been inked with the blue. Okay, so that goes off the top. So if I want a butterfly on this side as well, let's see, I'll get another one of those somewhere. Oh, there's one that's inked. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's even got a little green on it, so that'll go with our little green bit of our ribbon that's there. So we'll put a little more glue on that. Come on, you. Don't stick to my finger when I don't want you to. Stick to my finger when I do want you to. There we go. We just lined it up so that its little wing will go there with that one. And there we have. Oops, better move that down a little bit. Come on, you. There we go. And what is that white thing? What are you doing? Oh, I tore it, didn't I? Well, just put that in there. Nobody will ever know. Look at that. Beautiful. There we have a simple little topper. We could put beads on our ribbons. No, you can't put beads on your ribbons. Sure you can, because they can stick out the top. If you put beads on your ribbons, then the ribbons wouldn't go down into the page. But you just put this over your page, and there you have your page topper. And the little wings go together on the edge so that you don't ever notice that you've got a white back to that. I like the way that looks. Simple. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. Have fun crafting. That's the thing. Bye-bye.